Welcome. We just wanted to give a quick update on the budget. We've been given a little bit of time now, not long, to start digesting some of what's been announced. So I've got Emmy here today, one of our partners here in our tax area, because a lot of this was around tax and the impacts on tax. So Emmy, I want to pick your brain a little bit on some of the things that have come out of that. I think everyone's sort of looking, going, this is messy. Like, I look at it and I went through a few different things going, these things are just it's going to be very complicated. So let's start with, obviously there's a couple of big headline ones that I think we need to work through. So negative gearing is probably the first one. That's a big change that's coming.
Yeah, absolutely. So we certainly got a few surprises in the budget announcement. I mean, we did have some expectation that there would be some reforms, some changes and things.
Yeah.
The government has in the past indicated that they would look at negative gearing. So for those who don't know, negative gearing is a mechanism that allows you to claim losses on properties, the investment properties. So where you're remitting a loss, you're able to offset that against your other income.
So if I'm earning and I'm making a loss, it's basically almost like a deduction against my other income, isn't it? Which
that's exactly right.
Is now disappearing.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So the government's looked at that and suggested that they'd like to reform that in some way. So they are removing that ability from 1 July 27.
Yes, and we've got some notes here because the dates are all over the shop as well. It's not all now, it's not all later. So any new builds we can get it on, can't we? But any houses that we purchase that are already pre-established, no chance of getting it on.
That's right. So what's been announced is that they will look to quarantine those losses against pre-existing homes that you buy from 1 July 27. The rules are grandfathered, so that means that if you are currently in a negative gearing scenario with an investment property, that can continue to operate.
Which I think is where some of the confusion is that some of this grandfathering means that if it's already in place, great. If it's not, you've kind of missed out, which is a little confusing and probably creates some complexity going forward.
It does, yeah. And we, as with anything, I mean, there's this all has to go through Parliament, and we are very vague on those details as it stands right now, but these are the announcements, and there will be some transitional arrangements as we look through those dates, in terms of what it will look like going forward, we just have to wait and see. But
one of the other areas is around the capital gains tax. That's changes going on there. So would love to hear some of your insights on those capital gains tax. So essentially, we've got no changes until 1 July 27 again.
Yes.
So there's a bit of a theme here that everything can stay the same a little bit, and then it's all changing more. But from 1 July 27, we're essentially losing the 50% discount, aren't we? Which has sort of been a great simple system to go, here we know how to calculate the tax, and we're going to the old system of indexation, which we did have, which sort of complexity, because we've got this grandfathered now too, don't we? So
that's right, yeah. So again, from 1 July 27, there will be reforms in the way that capital gains are taxed. And we are looking at a indexation and a minimum of 30% tax on those gains.
Okay.
So, and that applies across the board to all different entity structures. But yes, there are evidently some transitional arrangements that they've proposed, and there'll be a grandfathering of those arrangements in that transitional period. Importantly too, it looks like it is going to include pre-CGT assets as well.
Yes, so the clock will start ticking from 1 July 27 for them as well.
Yes, and when we say pre-CGT assets, they are assets that were held, bought pre-1985 when CGT originally came in.
Yes, and no one's touched them until now. So they've sort of been off limits, and now they're not off limits. So another one. Probably the other big one, Emmy, that I want to touch on, which I think we're thinking through for our clients, and I mean there's a lot in the budget, but we're probably looking at the bigger ones for us and in terms of impacts is, and we were just talking before recording the video, taxation on trusts is changing substantially, and probably just on the CGT side too, it's now a minimum 30% tax, isn't it? So it's not a marginal tax rate, which it was previously. There's a minimum of 30%, and tax on trusts is going to look the same as well.
Correct, yes. So they are looking to ensure that a minimum tax rate of 30% will apply to income coming out of a discretionary trust. So that's where we have discretion on where the income goes. So that's giving us some food for thought, and the government has also allowed food for thought in providing some rollover relief. So, if it appears that the trust structure no longer serves its purpose in a tax scenario, they're giving us the option to roll into a different structure.
Yep. So I think some of the take-home messages for people is we don't have to do anything right now, but there is, as the details come out, as we get some more clarity, there is definitely some planning that we're going to need to put in place, and probably people are going to be impacted in different ways depending on how they're set up.
So we absolutely encourage all of our clients, everyone, to have a think about how this might impact you. Speak to your advisors, and we work through what the options are and how it will affect you. And of course, again, as we said at the top, that we're yet to see the detail, and we know that the devil is always in the detail. So
yes.
So
bear with us. Reach out if you've got questions. We'll answer as many as you can, but we're also holding out to see what this looks like in practice as well. But that's all for today. So thank you for